Welcome back to Futureproof from Vienna.
We're heading further east now to India, a country with a bold vision for a renewable energy future, with plans to roll out solar power on an unparalleled scale. Radhika Bajaj has travelled to the cities of Bengaluru and Hyderabad to find out more.
A government-run boarding school for girls. It's just 65 kilometers away from the city of Hyderabad. The girls are just finishing their evening revision and the session is now taking a turn. Just a year ago, they wouldn't have thought of stepping into this courtyard after dark. There were no lights placed here. The power line to the classrooms is cut several times a day.
This is a village and there are very frequent power cuts. Our children were not able to study.
A year ago, the government program brought solar-powered street lamps to this school, changing the lives of these young students.
Earlier, when there were no lights, we couldn't read or step out. Now we come outside together to study and complete our homework or to play.
More than 230 million people in India don't have access to basic electricity. Those who do are used to frequent and long power cuts. The girls behind me say they feel lucky. The solar-powered lamps on their campus have ensured they have a real chance at a bright future. And it would seem that more students like these will benefit from the Indian government's aggressive target of generating 100 gigawatts of solar power by 2022. The combination of a big target, short span of time, policy support and 300 days of sunlight has resulted in a pouring of investment into the solar power segment. Falling prices of solar cells, panels and batteries have brought down project costs significantly. Experts say there has never been more confidence in solar projects in India.
Just in the first half of 2017, we already have 500 million VC funding for the sector, whereas there was nothing in 2016. When it comes to project finance, we are expecting it to reach 7 billion this year.
Recently, Japan's SoftBank, along with partners, pledged to invest another $20 billion in Indian solar power generation projects. The figures look promising, but this pickup in solar power generation may still not shine a light in off-grid areas. 40% of the government's 100 gigawatt target will be achieved via solar parks and mega solar power projects. The distribution will still be routed through national or state electricity grids. And with high infrastructure costs to get power lines to remote areas, they may still remain powerless. Dr. Ranganayakulu Budavala, or Dr. Ranga as he is called, started working in off-grid rural areas nearly 2 decades ago. His low-price varieties of solar lamps have been lauded and awarded for their quality and longevity. He says he's manufactured and distributed nearly 4 million of them, including many through government programs he lobbied hard for. He says individualized solar power generation can immediately solve the power crisis in non-electrified areas for as little as $150 per household.
I say when you can solve a child studying problem with 350 rupees, don't worry about huge government trying to do something. Okay, the mother wants to watch a television and she can pay 10,000 for a television. I say pay more another 10,000 in a loan and let your television run on solar. And your house also with 2 or 3 lights and your mobile phone also charges. Then you don't need to worry about government power.
Customized solar power installations are on the rise, especially in government buildings and commercial establishments. The government has set 40 gigawatts as the rooftop solar target by 2022. But as of December 2016, only over 1 gigawatt worth of installations took place. While overall solar module prices have dropped manifold, startups say for individual units, the cost to set up remains high.
There's almost a 100% increase in the number of inquiries we get. Now, if it translates to actual rooftops being installed, that I am not sure. I don't think it's that much. People are still, trying to get more information about how much it costs, because that is the primary concern.
Experts say it's for those paying commercial electricity rates that going solar makes complete sense. However, awareness of the price effectiveness still needs to percolate. With India's global commitment to reduce its carbon footprint, it's a given that solar power generation is here to stay. But only when the rural areas benefit will India have made the most of this new dawn in its renewable energy program.
Back here in Vienna, Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist and author Ron Suskind was also among the speakers at Pioneers 17. I caught up with him to talk about his latest project aimed at helping families connect with their autistic children.
I'm Peter Pan, and you can.
All of a sudden, at 3 years old, Owen vanishes.
Goodbye, Peter Pan.
Just before he turned 3, Ron's son stopped speaking. He cried, he couldn't sleep. He was later diagnosed with regressive autism. Finding ways to communicate with Owen became Ron's goal in life. Life Animated, the film documenting Owen's story, was nominated for an Oscar.
My wife and I were struck early on with, oh my, what are we going to do to help him live a fully realized life? He didn't speak for several years. We realized, in the story now told around the world, that he'd memorized 50 Disney animated movies, all of them. If you threw him a line, he'd throw you back the next line. And so we began to communicate in Disney dialogue.
And Owen turns to the puppet like he's bumping into an old friend.
I say to him, Owen, how does it feel to be you?
And I said, not good, because I don't have any friends.
Now I'm under the bedspread, and I just bite down hard. I just say to myself, stay in character.
There's 100 million folks on the autism spectrum around the globe. They process the world almost exactly like our son. They're driven by passion. They turn that passion into pathway. Trains, maps, Harry Potter, Star Wars, medieval poetry, you name it. If you find and help them feed that passion, they grow into often extraordinary individuals that can process and supply to their own deficits much more powerfully than we thought by harnessing their strengths.
Ron wanted to help other families in a similar situation, which led to Sidekicks, an app for autistic children that enables them to communicate through their favorite characters.
I like burgers.
It's a messaging app with a big brain, an AI brain underneath it. What Owen does is he downloads Sidekicks, avatars in his phone. When I talk into my phone or text, it comes through in real time in the voice of the character. When he talks to the character, I can hear it wherever he is in the world. We have conversations through this entity. He knows we're behind the curtain. He loves it, all the kids do. What we're doing is we're harnessing their compensatory strengths to connect with the world and to us and to live out in the world where they want to be. The key is feeding the avatar, the virtual assistant, with people with real knowledge of what's needed and who the individual is.
I'm Jazz, your new sidekick. Nice to meet you. Hey, I heard you really like Disney movies.
Yes.
Want to watch a funny video?
Yeah, I do.
Ron says the app is allowing parents to find new ways to connect with their children, and that early results show the tool supports language growth and social skills development. A new technology inspired by his own life experience that has the potential to transform lives.
Thank you. That's very generous of you.
Time for a short break here on Futureproof, but plenty still to come, including...
We'll be catching up with Virgin Galactic about the future and safety of commercial space flight.
It is still a rocket, so there's always that element of exhilaration to it.